a welcome addition to the UK fight scene this guy is, Romanian Mihai Nistor. It's probably easier to start talking about some of the top amateurs that he didn't face rather than those that he did share a ring with. But he beat and stopped Anthony Joshua. A couple of counts and ultimately a defeat for Joshua back in 2011. He beat Ergovic, he beat Fraser Clark, he got a walkover against Tony Yoka as well. Some of the biggest names in the amateur code of yesteryear. He also fought Alexander Usyk, though lost to the great Usyk. Here we can see the tail of the tape, unbeaten in 6, with stoppages all along the way for the man from Bucharest, now residing over here with Mervyn Turner. He's 32 now, turned over probably a bit late, 4 years older than Delgado, who is younger, has the advantage in height and in reach, and surprisingly, tonight he outweighs Nistor, who is at 218 pounds, the lightest that he has been in his career so far. So always brings the heat at Nistor and a lot of amateur pedigree. Looking forward to this one. Nistor against Delgado. Not a fight I ever thought I'd see in a British ring, but I must admit I'm down with it. I'm up for this, and we know, Barry, with Nistor, he brings the heat.
Yeah, he's a non-stop pressure fighter, isn't he? You know, he's short in stature, but he uses that to advantage. He stays low, he bends over when he throws that southpaw jab, and he works the body really well.
When he fought Kobe Madison a couple of years ago on a Gilberto Ramirez, Jojo Diaz undercard, that was teed up for a spectacular come-forward knockout performance. It didn't necessarily go to the script that night. He was down in the second round. He was badly hurt on a couple of occasions. He dug out the win and ultimately stopped Madison, but he had to effectively come from behind to do it. So it doesn't always go to script.
No, he gives away so many advantages, doesn't he? You know, if he's going to, I don't think he's going to campaign at heavyweight, I wouldn't have thought, but how can he? Because he gives, you know, they're all if you're 6'5", you're not a big heavyweight anymore. So at 6'1", he's at a massive disadvantage, which makes his amateur career all the more fascinating.
It's mad to look at these two and think of Scott Sawwood earlier, and to think they're the same weight division.
Yeah, there is talk that Bridgerweight might be the destination from Nistor, but they're open-minded about that.
They take that. The thing is, you want to be, you know, that's your quickest and your best route to a world title, of course. But all the money's in the heavyweight division. Yeah, that's the truth.
And at the age of 32, Nistor and his team, Mervyn Turner in his corner, they'll be keen to push on, press on, and try and strike while they can.
Good head movement there from Nistor. So when he's close to the target, he's more susceptible, actually.
Right. Slapping left hand there from Nistor. He can be caught on the way in. So
yeah, so saying when he's close to the target, you know, he can get caught with a little uppercut here from Delgado.
And because of his style, he's kind of open for the uppercut, isn't he?
Yeah, of course, yeah. He comes in low, doesn't he? Not really with that. That glove's not really in front of the chin, is it, when he's coming forward? Got to work the body there, especially when Delgado's leaning back there, so the elbows are a bit higher, and he's got a free rein.
Amazing to think that it was 2011 in those Europeans when Nistor beat Anthony Joshua, one of those sort of standing count stoppages that you sometimes get in the amateurs. Amazing to think, though.
The good old days. The good old days. I used to stop loads of people.
Yeah. Amazing to think, though, Joshua within a year was Olympic champion.
It is mad. Absolutely unbelievable.
Worth going back and watching that one on YouTube if you get a chance. And also, if you get a chance, watch Nistor's fight against Kobe Madison from 2021. That was just a ridiculous fight.
Hey, do you know what? It pops into my head. When I drop people, you don't go in
Seconds
recklessly.
out.
Do you know what I mean? You need to think about what you're doing all the time. Like, even in situations where you're both loaded onto a shot, if you don't want to meet with a shot because it brings, like, sort of 50-50 who lands first sort of thing. So when you watch stuff like that, it makes you, you got to take note of it and learn from it.
What were you thinking, Barry, when you put Arcelino Freitas on the seat of his pants?
Who tripped him up?
Here we go into the second round.
I seriously, I almost helped him up. I thought, sorry about that. There's no need for that. Boy, behave yourself, boys.
And apologised. Here we go then into, there's some swiping hooks. He brings a kind of Rocky Marciano style pressure, doesn't he?
I was just thinking, he clubs, doesn't he? Nothing straight with him. Everything's a looping shot.
Ooh, body shots from Delgado. That was a wicked little...
Heavy, wasn't it?
Wicked little shot. And he was he's 219 pounds last time he was in the ring, Delgado. 242 he is tonight.
He's had a great summer. It's not good weight, I would say that.
You could see when the ref tapped him on the sides that it's gone to the wrong places, ain't it?
Just seen Nistor then do a lovely little spin around the body. Great foot, no, for a big fella. Lovely footwork.
Yeah, there he goes again. Started with a jab, then spinning round to try and get some of those big hooks off.
Stands in punching range and slips and slides and changes his angle. For a big man, it's impressive.
He leans back. He gets away with it actually, but he leans back, and that's also a dangerous thing to do. But I think he knows where he is. So
yeah.
And although he's only had 6 fights in the pro ranks, it's all that amateur experience, and particularly Barry, nearly 20 fights in the WSB.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's no, he's not a 6-0 pro then, is he?
No.
Because that's harder than professional boxing.
That's nearly 100 rounds, isn't it?
Yeah. He's just back of the neck there. He pushed him down. He's got a counter, I think.
I think he's going to give him a bit of time, is he?
Yeah.
I think there's a disagreement about what happened. I think the referee's inclined to say he was pushing him down, and Nistor's trying to say he's pulling him out.
Yeah, well, I think he's pushing him on the back of the neck, to be honest.
Oh, he just missed there when he spun him round Delgado, didn't he? My goodness me, he had a free shot.
Oh, good.
Slightly slapping with the inside of the glove, but he caught him with that right hand, Delgado again.
Yeah, but there's a good chopping right hand there from Nistor as well.
Yeah, Nistor just sort of fell to his left, but then brought the hook round on the outside. So it comes sort of out of your vision as well.
He's bare wrestling. Delgado, with his left hand, has basically got the right arm of Nistor in a lock when they're up close. Getting a bit messy.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Maybe Nistor doesn't need to close the gap quite so much.
Well, he needs to close the gap, but he leans back. What he needs to do is take a little half a step back and then throw that uppercut, and he moves on the target really well. But if he does that and then moves on the body and go again.
Into round 3 then. This one scheduled for 10.
He throws a mean little uppercut, doesn't he, Delgado? It's a nice little bit of whip on the shot.
Yeah, he picks up the speed, doesn't he, every now and then with those shots.
Oh, good right hand there from Delgado.
Now that's the danger with Nistor when he just puts his head down. I know he's got to get close. I just don't think he needs his chin on the chest.
There's the uppercut again.
See, when he took his foot on the outside there, he's close, but he's on a different angle, so he takes away the jab straight away. It's only the right hand, and the right hand, you have to turn your body to throw it. But when he goes square on, he's given the opportunity to let that uppercut go.
And he is being held when he is up close as well. The uppercuts have gone close for Nistor. He's got to be careful he doesn't get frustrated here.
Holding, I don't know why I said it so high voice there, but holding is a real problem in boxing. We almost allow it. See, we allow it because it's like, no, that's a professional trick, isn't it? Holding it,
especially at heavyweight.
Yeah, the world's worst, isn't it?
It's better from Nistor. Spun round the target. They created an avenue to get his shots off.
Again here, look, he's pinning that right hand there in Nistor.
Yeah, I picked it up in the earlier round, Barry. He's almost got that right hand in a lock, total lock. There you could see him. You could see him from this side.
Oh, caught Nistor there with a lovely left hook. Really did spin his head round there, Delgado.
But Nistor can take a shot. I mean, some of the hits he took.
Oh, he kicked him. Just need him.
They just need him.
Just need him. Like literally, like.
And then throws a right hook. That, I mean, the referee's going to have to get busy here. He's in danger of getting a bit chaotic. So a point off in the third round for an MMA move. And Nistor's just going to keep his composure because, let's go with a couple of shots. Fancy this fella could get a bit wild or funky.
Oh.
They are starting to let their hands go now. I must admit, I don't know what to expect next here.
He almost stands square on when he's got you on the ropes, Nistor. Look now, he's not a southpaw or orthodox. He just pins you against the ropes and just works the hooks.
And that's why he's susceptible to an uppercut, because he's like square on in front of you. Just trying to club.
Plenty of body shots from Nistor towards the end of this round. A round that included a point deduction for Delgado.
Well, that's a 10-8 round automatically, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see this again.
Well, he had him under pressure here, like, and then again, so he got caught with a good shot there, didn't he? Just there, he was holding on to Nistor. He got caught with a good shot, but then he gets him against the ropes here, goes to throw a shot, and then the knee comes up.
I think they're pulling Delgado out. You just knew something funky was about to happen with this fella, and they pulled him out. While you're watching the replay, Delgado's just been shaking his head. He doesn't want any more. And he has pulled himself out of the fight. The referee shrugging his shoulders as if to say, I don't know either. But there was just a creeping inevitability about something like that, I've got to say.
Well, he's not a British fighter, so we can say he quit. That's the theme of the thing. No, he's quit. That was a hard round for him and he didn't want to know. Or he's sulking because he wasn't allowed to kick anybody, I don't know. But either way, like that's
poor, that is.
Yeah, he didn't want to know at all, really. That was a hard fight for you, because Nistor's on you all the time, you know, and that pressure can be overwhelming. But you've got to show a little bit more resistance to that. I don't think that Delgado was really hurt in that contest, to be honest. He took a few heavy shots, but nothing enough to make you worry about his well-being. Look at this. This will be the knee now in the replay. Look at that. That's lucky the referee didn't see it clearly, because that's a disqualification automatically. So I don't know where the idea come from.
Oh my goodness me!
Just ludicrous, isn't it?
I've never seen that before.
That's just mad. That's just madness. He was holding. Listen, if his phone's not going to be ringing, is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 3, referee accepts the retirement of the red corner. Therefore, your winner by TKO, Mihai Nistor.
Well, it's the result, if not necessarily the pathway to victory, that Mihai Nistor was probably looking for tonight, but none of that is his fault. And ultimately, he marks his British debut with a win. And Mervyn Turner, his team, whether he's back on a top-tier show or not, whatever, people are going to want to see him. He's going to be in good fights. And I'll be interested to see how he's moved, whether it's against the heavyweights or whether it's moving and looking for bridgerweights. But the good news is he's got options. And he said something interesting in the build-up to this. He said, I don't want to be moved fast, I want to be moved right, which I thought was quite an interesting statement from a fighter at his
Too sensible, I would say.
Yeah.
But listen, I think if they go down the bridgerweight, there's not many options you can go. The WBC champion is Radensky, maybe. So you know that's a really good fight, because he's another guy who likes to come forward. It's hittable, but strong. So, you know, if they can make that fight, I think, you know, with his experience as well, you can jump levels because he has that World Series of Boxing experience. There's that 5 rounds at a higher level than this is. So, you know, he's more experienced than 7-0.
Another win for you and another win inside the distance. How do you feel?
Oh, nice question. I feel great, and I want to thank you for my supporter. Hey, Romania! Thank you so much!
Did you go in there tonight with the intention of getting it done early? They retired him on his stool, but did you think that you were going to get him out of there early?
No, I put in my mind to make more than 3 or 4 rounds. I know exactly, because it's easily to say, but I make a lot of hard work in the gym with my coach, with Mervyn Turner, and we want to provide, not just in the first round, we want more, but step by step, we do more rounds. And today I want to not hit him very, very hard, to push me to make more rounds. But every time, every fight, I do all my best. I can.
And were you expecting the opponent to be pulled out of that stage of the fight?
I wasn't expecting him to be pulled out. I thought another round or two and we'd have got him anyway. So I think he was hurt in that round and thought, don't want any more of it.
And what did you make of Mihai's performance, based on what you've been working on in training?
Yeah, it was a good performance. I mean, against an opponent that's going to hold all the time, it's very difficult to do certain things. But, you know, he got the win, that's the main thing, he got the stoppage. But we move on to the next one and we learn some more in the gym.
What is next for you? When are we going to see you again?
Me too, I want to know. Next, I don't know. For me, I'm like Santa Claus, you know? When nobody is expecting, I have a fight. So I want, at the end, I want to thank you. I say thank you for my family, because he supported me very well. And shut up. You are not my friend. No more friend with you. And I want to thank you to my family and my. I'm very proud of my family, and I'm very proud of my team. I have a very strong team, and all the time we work together to provide, to do something new. All the time I have license to make it, and this in the ring, in this fight I have license, and I don't know what I make bad or good or bad, but I want to thank you for. I have one here, a lot of friends, a lot of support. Thanks so much. I have the Romanian women, and from my gym, I have a lot of new generation. He will come, he will see. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Top Tier. Thanks so much, Johnny Clark. You make a very good performance for me. You put all the stuff this for me. For me, he was like, I don't know how to explain, something wow. Thanks so much, Top Tier and Johnny Clark. Thanks so much.
It was a great performance. Well done.